Then day 2 of the 2024 Cazoo Darts Masters, and this is the quarterfinal lineup. I will, after I've shown the quarterfinal lineup, round up the evening of action. But Stephen Bunting takes on Peter Wright in quarterfinal number 1. Nathan Aspinall takes on Daryl Gurney in quarterfinal number 2. The third quarterfinal sees Michael Van Gerwen take on Dave Chisnell, and then a very open quarterfinal, Dimitri Vandenberg against Damon Heta as quarterfinal 4, with the winner of Bunting Wright playing the winner of Aspinall Gurney in the semi-final, and the winner of Van Gerwen Chisnell will play the winner of Vandenberg Damon Heta in semi-final 2. So like I said, some big games in the quarterfinals, semi-final and final tomorrow. All of that will be played on the same day, with an afternoon session being the quarterfinals and then the evening session being the semi-finals and the final. Let's see how the 8 players got there. Let's have a review of today's result. So as you can see, starts off in the afternoon session. I did miss the afternoon session, didn't watch any of the 4 afternoon session games. I've seen the highlights. I've watched the some of the games back. I started off with Dave Chisnell beating Danny Nopper. Obviously Nopper wasn't involved yesterday. Dave Chisnell dispatched Martin Schindler 6-1 despite Schindler averaging 103. Dave Chisnell showed that form of round 1 in the second round against Danny Nopper, books his quarterfinal place. Damon Heta is also into the quarterfinals. It's big for him to get a big TV run. He beats Rob Cross by 10 legs to 8. Rob, obviously, Premier League player, but Damon Heta proved just to be enough in that one. The third game of the afternoon session was Peter Snakebite Wright against Krzysztof Ratajski. It was at times when Ratajski was starting to grow back into the game, and we're seeing the prime Peter Wright in that game. Every time Ratajski was coming back, Peter Wright was restoring that couple of legs lead in the match, and ultimately saw out the game by 10 legs to 8. And then the last game was Daryl Gurney taking on Joe Cullen. A real shock, this one. Joe Cullen was brilliant last night in his win against Josh Rock. And I expected him fully to go on a a real good run and potentially get to like the quarterfinals, semi-finals, but it wasn't to be. Daryl Gurney, the replacement for Gedwin Price, progresses into the quarterfinals. Moving on to the evening session, then started off with Nathan Aspinall against Dirk van Duijvenbode. Dirk was ridiculously good against Ryan Searle in the first round last night. Despite the injury, I wasn't expecting Van Duijvenbode to put a performance like that in against Ryan Searle, and he did. He dispatched Searle in the first round, and he was very unlucky against Nathan Aspinall. Nathan Aspinall put in a ridiculous performance. Dirk went 1-0 up, then Aspinall won the next 4 legs. It was that type of game that every time Dirk looked like he was growing into it, Nathan Aspinall just shut it down completely and, booked his place in the quarterfinals. The next game then was Let's Go Bunting Mental. Let's Go. Stephen Bunting beat the world champion and world number 1 Luke Humphries, and again I thought it was really dominant performance from Stephen Bunting. Some brilliant finishing, some brilliant scoring, and Stephen Bunting is into another TV quarterfinal. He's surely bound to win one TV title this year. He's got the quality to do it, and he's probably the most informed player in that top half of the draw. The penultimate game then, Michael Van Gerwen against Chris Dobey. Again, this one was a real shock. I didn't expect Dobey to be so far off it in this one. Michael Van Gerwen 10-4, but I think it was a lot more comfortable than a 10-4 performance. He obliterated Chris Dobey in most of the match, and it was nowhere near the Dobey that we saw yesterday in the previous round, but Michael Van Gerwen had to do a job on Dobey and did do a job on Dobey. And the last game then was Michael Smith against Dimitri Vandenberg. Again, I was expecting something really big from Michael Smith. I was expecting a big run, maybe even get to the final, maybe win it. He won the Worlds last year, he won the Bahrain Masters, and then just hasn't really matched that sort of quality or that performance of a big tournament run or a big tournament win recently. So I thought he was going to go deep in this event this weekend, but unfortunately he wasn't. But Dimitri Vandenberg is showing that level of quality. The 150 was ridiculous. The high scoring, the 150, the 132, the ridiculous amount of quality that Dimitri can produce. It is frightening. It is frightening, and he books his place in the quarterfinals. So So there we are. Those are the quarterfinal lineups for tomorrow and the results from today's second round session with the afternoon and evening. Let me know your thoughts on the results and also let me know your predictions for the quarterfinals tomorrow. I am in work when the quarterfinals are on, so I won't be able to watch any of that, but I will be back to watch the semi-finals and the final of the 2024 Cazoo Darts Masters. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I'll see you tomorrow evening to crown the Cazoo Darts Masters champion. Thanks for watching.